Hello. Welcome to today's analysis of the NQ. Today's will be a bit shorter than normal, I think, but yeah, let's just review what happened yesterday and potential things that could happen today in the UK session and maybe into the US session. So what happened yesterday? Well, I did analysis around here on this area. I said it's probably locally bullish, right? We were coming up. I was going to look for some continuation trades. And I think, yeah, I took one here. It's kind of a breakout trade. I don't normally do these kind of trades, but yeah, it seemed like a good one to take this high and actually come into the value area high of this consolidation here. Came up, filled the gap. It's all right. I was saying that down here, the Asian session, it made a lot of liquidity. I couldn't really find things that I liked down here. Probably they were going to take it. And they retraced this very slowly, came up, grabbed some liquidity, dumped it down into Asia. Took a lot of this liquidity here. It was kind of begging to be asked. Took that. Then US opened. Broke down. Actually took a small bit of liquidity here into this block. I would call this block mitigated now. And then they just ripped it up and they took this high. So if we zoom out, you can see that this block here is doing a job, right? It's doing a good job. It's part of a bigger block, but there's this 10-minute block that they came into, gave us a nice little reaction. Let's look at ES. ES took the high again. Oh, sorry. ES took the high. No, not ES. NASDAQ took the high again for like a fourth time on the FXCM chart. It really seems like they're just doing a lot of inducement for shorts, in my opinion. Right. And actually not only that, but we came into this area on FXCM chart and we haven't even come close on the normal CME. And I'm always going to trust the CME over the other charts. Still have that gap below us, RTH gap, begging to be filled. Don't know when they'll come there, but it seems like they don't want to right now. Took some liquidity internally, pushed up. Locally, UK is about to open in 10 minutes. London time. What do we have below us? Well, we took liquidity, pushed up, got a pretty nice break of structure, but we took an external liquidity here. Retraced. We had this low that was taken, this US low. Came up for Sydney. Sydney put in a lower high. We changed character, and then we broke structure. Now, what pulls do we have below us? Well, unless we start basing out really heavily inside here today, this whole area is something that they can just eat up. I have two levels marked out, basically just based off volume profiles. We're at the point of control here now. We have a volume gap below the point of control here, above the value area low. With a blue vector to recover. The blue vector is, the whole thing's a green vector, but split up on the 24-minute. We have blue vector here, green vector below. So we could come deep into this high volume node, but yeah, just gonna want to see price really base out here. There's a chance that for UK they just bring it deeper into this area, you know. We have structural point here. Could be a little place for a little bounce. We also have below us the beginning of that push up. It's a very large vector. It's a very big wick here. But I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know, a bit cautious about taking longs now that we took liquidity into this block. I would wait until we came down into here, you know. And even then, when we do, there's a chance we just come for this RTH gap. If UK brings it up, Tokyo high is here. It's kind of shadowed by Sydney's high. I've seen them before not even bother with Tokyo high in this kind of situation. It took liquidity before it moved down, and then we changed character. So I might take some shorts if they come up and take some internal liquidity. I have a little block here. We have Hong Kong here. It's where it opened, right? Yeah, open into here. No proper highs. I mean, this would be Hong Kong high. So I'm noting this area here, the fair value gap, and I have a small little block above there. It'd be kind of nice to see that. Get a reaction, perhaps. Even just taking some liquidity internally here might be good enough for it to have a push down into here and try and accumulate inside here. So I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. We've no news today. We have crude oil inventories. That can sometimes give something. But yeah, no news today for US. Apologies about the times. These are in my time, which is Tokyo time. But yeah, no red folder. Still doesn't stop US from bringing some heavy moves. Kind of building liquidity here. Kind of higher time frame liquidity. Again, US could take that. These highs that US left, especially on the ES, they're very flat. Very flat highs here from Sydney. Definitely a liquidity pool in here, but not the hugest fan of what they're doing at this current time. This gaping area, I'm gonna need a lot of convincing to go long in here, you know. I only like taking longs in the UK session when there's been a big flush, or we just break structure bullishly from the Asian session, and it's not really giving me those signs at the moment. Let's see how price develops. Just kind of messing around with the same area at the moment, you know. Nothing's really changed. If anything, this just looked like an external liquidity grab, so I wouldn't be surprised if we come up, take some internal liquidity, and move down. This is where we broke structure. We have our point of control here. It's an internal point of control. This high volume node. I do see us perhaps, I don't know where we'll come up, but we could come up into this area and make some kind of lower high, so then they bring it down into US or something like that. Maybe. Yeah. You know, this whole green vector area, they could provide a bounce from somewhere. I have two kind of vague areas that they could provide bounces, but again, my main areas are outside of this structure. They're down here. Nothing has changed much for my bigger view of what I want to see. They're just playing this little little area here. We're just range bound, so so yeah, coming into the UK Open, yes, there's a chance that they don't respect any of this and then they just slam down into here. I guess, I don't know, it's been kind of crazy recently. Down here, because of this being used, I'd look for a very big swing fail from this pocket, really. Underneath here, what do we have down here? Do we have any nice looking blocks? Maybe a little 5 minute here. All right. 5 minute order block. A little to change a character. I would call this my external. It's internal. Call this an external break. Same one here. So I guess we could loop all of this, and I'll bring that back. I would be careful about taking longs from down here, just because if we do start getting a lot of closes down here, that is, you know, structure is changing. We could get a bounce back up into local structure, but I'm very much aware of what we're sitting above. Right? Not a lot of volume down here, right? Anyway, this whole thing is a block, right? This whole thing is a 30-minute block. It's kind of the start of our bullish pull, right? Get some recovery, some blue vector recovery, maybe swing fail all of these lows. That would be pretty cool. It would widen this a lot. You know, we'd have only one more pivot point here, bring us back up, dance around, bring it down. I don't know. It's Wednesday. They can use that as a catalyst to just really mess with things, but yeah. Curious to see how UK's opening here, like basically the 50% of this whole range, right? Yeah. So, well, this derivative of the entire range, you know, up here. Curious to see if they find support down here at the value area low and they decide to bring it back up, but I don't know, it seems kind of maybe looking for kind of bearish continuation. I want to see what they do over the next hour, really. What they do over the next hour is going to be important for me. If they bring it up and they start taking liquidity and then they start making some bearish stuff in here, I might take a short just into this block or something. If they bring it down, if they swipe this whole range, which would be kind of crazy, then maybe we're way more bullish and they swing fail from here. I mean, they did that on Monday, right? Like Monday started off here, huge push down, and then they pushed up. I guess they could do it here. That would be a lot of movement, you know. That would be a lot. Kind of seems like a bit of a US move to me. Let's see what they do. We got vector recovery down here, but I would be careful. Would definitely be careful. We took external liquidity. This block seemed to create internal bearish signs, so just yeah, just see what happens, guys. Let's have a look at the DXY. DXY has done absolutely nothing. Hugging those lows, but what the DXY has going on here, it kind of feels like they're putting some absorption in at these lows, right? Which, if the DXY did kind of break up, I don't know actually. If the DXY did break up, that would be bearish enough, right, for the for stocks. You could see them maybe push down, try and hit bids outside of this whole range that they've built up. This is a really nice area down here. I think looking for longs down here would be really cool. Lovely. Yeah, I mean, guys, honestly, not much has changed. We're just swiping the outside of this area and creating just messy kind of higher lows. I say messy because they haven't led to very significant breaks yet, right? So to me, this just seems like they could range here. Yes, at all-time highs, they could easily just do that and make people, I don't know, confused at the highs, right? So I'm just going to play the ranges. I'm going to take safe trades. And as I said, if we do break out and we start coming into this area, I take some shorts from here, depending on how we look. If we come back in, don't mind that either, right? It's nice liquidity down here. There's nice levels below us. Anyway, guys, not much concrete and not much. Yeah, it's not much concrete decisions today. My plan is to wait and see what UK does after maybe an hour after UK Open, see what they've done, what their priority is, maybe take a few scalps. Especially when we're inside this kind of area, I'm on scalping duty, basically. So yeah, that's it for me today. Maybe after the midweek they will give something more interesting if we break out of this range or something, or yeah, I don't know. Let's see what they do. All right, peace guys, happy trading. See you tomorrow.